Hello YouTube! I just returned from my 3-week trip to France, Django Reinhardt festival. I was camping at Samoreau and had such amazing time. It was the time of my life. And this video is my trip report about the people I met, things that happened, guitars I played. Just want to share with you my trip. I also went to Hungary and spent there 5 days. I'm gonna tell you about that as well. I also bought a new guitar from the camp, or it's not a new guitar, it's old guitar, and I'm gonna tell you more about this later as well. Also bought a violin and some guitar picks and other cool stuff. Gonna show them all. In this video it's mostly me talking, because I didn't really use my phone on the trip. I wanted to be there with my eyes and my ears 100% open, not using phone, 100% focused, being in the moment, not using my phone too much. Of course I received some videos from my friends and I also filmed a little bit, so I try to edit this nicely, but mostly it'll be me talking. So I have to start with my trip to Hungary, to Budapest. I went there like 1 week before the festival. It was Tuesday, 17th of June. I took a flight from Helsinki, which was actually cancelled due to the aviation strike, and I had to take a different route from Helsinki to Brussels and to Budapest. So it was a long flight, but yeah, I arrived on Tuesday night, and there I met my really good friend who I met at the Django Reinhardt festival 2 years earlier, and he's been inviting me to Budapest, and finally I got time, and I figured that it would be nice to go before the Samoreau this year and like warm up and see the city, play some music, and then travel together to the festival. I loved Budapest, such an incredible city, definitely will go back there. This was my second time in the city, but the first time was like 2017. I was like in tourist mode, I was just walking around, seeing the attractions, the castles, the river, going to the bath. This time, none of that, I just focused on the music. I spent my days outside playing my guitar, did a little busking, earned a little money, some 100 Hungarian florins, or thousands even, which is not that many euros, but still, it was fun. My friend actually arranged me a concert. I was a substitute guitarist for his band, which is called Valami Swing, a really good band. I really enjoyed playing with them. You should check their music out. I put it in the description. They play like hot jazz and cool swing, and there are like elements from Hungarian music. It's great. I had so much fun playing with them. We played a restaurant gig in the middle of Buda, a place called Mitsibar, and well, we didn't practice, but we played like basic jam repertoire, and it all worked out. Such amazing musicians. It was like a telepathy, and yeah, I managed to record the whole concert. You can hear it a little bit here in the background. I will be sharing some tracks later here on YouTube, maybe. And yeah, after that concert, next day I went to Budapest Jazz Club. There was a old jazz jam night where we played like standards from 1920s, 1930s, 40s, like old songs. And wow, I felt home there. Such nice musicians and wonderful, welcoming people. I played like one whole set there, and it was so great. Also made friends with other musicians, and the next day with a bass player who also plays guitar in the style of jazz manouche. We went to a park and had a little jam. Also had jams in the parks with other musicians as well. And now I got many friends in Budapest, which is really nice. And I actually got invited to another gig, like it was a Budapest French Institute or something, where we played for 1 hour. Again, I met some new wonderful people, and after the concert we went busking to the streets of Budapest, and wow, it was fun, much more fun with the group than alone, I have to say. And yeah, my last night in Budapest I went to see a folk music concert in a bar near my accommodation, and wow, I really like Hungarian folk music, Hungarian gypsy music, and I fell in love with the city. I have to go back for a longer time, take some lessons from players and try to learn the music and the culture. I also like the Hungarian language. It's related to Finnish, although they are separated like 2000 years ago or something, so I can't understand anything, but there's some similarity in the rhythm, maybe, rhythm of the language. I don't know, I want to learn some Hungarian someday. Yeah, and I will plan a next trip soon, maybe for 1 month I'll be staying there. Don't know yet, but I have to plan it and do it. So from Budapest, me and my friend, we made a road trip. It was like 1,400 kilometers, 20 hours or so. Didn't really sleep. We tried to sleep for like 1 hour on a gas station. It was funny. We took our mattresses and put it on the grass and tried to sleep, and there were like trucks going past, and people were watching and what are those guys doing. But yeah, really didn't manage to get any sleep, and we just draw through Hungary, Austria, Germany and France, and on the Monday morning we arrived at Samoreau camping, and there were already some people there jamming. Many of them had arrived on the weekend, but it wasn't too crowded. It was nice. I like to go there like earlier. The festival starts at Thursday. This year I went there on Monday, so not too much people yet, and I like to see the build up, how people arrive more and more every day, and they set their camps and start new jams, and it gets crowded pretty quickly, and it's a nice thing to experience. Also, it's nice to be there early, to be meeting your friends who also arrive early, and every year when I go back there, it feels that I just take off where I left, so to say. Like the time didn't pass at all. It's just Samoreau forever. There's no time in Samoreau. Also because you don't really sleep there. Yeah, that's the thing. Music is playing around the clock. The last jam in the morning, it stops, the first one starts. That's just how it is. So if you want to sleep there, you should put your tent further away down the river, or maybe take Airbnb. But I like to camp in the middle of things, so no sleep for me, at least not much, but I really enjoyed it. I can sleep now in Finland, and I've been sleeping for past 2 days, just sleeping, relaxing, sleeping. And now it's Monday. I arrived back here on Friday night, yeah, or was it Saturday? It was still Friday, and yeah, so I've been chilling for 2 days, and now it's time to make this video. This was my third time at Samoreau. and my 5th time at the Django Reinhardt festival in Fontainebleau. My first time was 2016. I just started playing this style. I only played rhythm. I didn't have a proper guitar. I made a road trip from Finland with my friend, and we didn't really know about this camping, or I didn't know that it's a place I should be. And yeah, the second time was 2022. I went alone and I had Airbnb, and then I went to visit Samoreau, and I noticed that this is a place to be. This is where I wanna spend my time here. And since that, this was my 3rd time at Samoreau. And not going to Airbnb again. Maybe when I'm older, but not now. I want to be there. And it's a really paradise for me, camping there next to a beautiful Seine river, under the trees. Even though the weather was really hot, there was some shade and the river provided some coolness, and you could swim in the river. It's really clean there. It's not coming from Paris, so it's clean water, and really nice to swim there with your friends. And there is a beach. You can just sunbath there. There's a restaurant on the beach where you can get cold drinks and burgers. Really great food. And there's a bakery shop for like a 2-minute walk from the camping. So every morning you can get a fresh baguette or croissant or something. Also there's a coffee shop where you can also buy cold drinks, just sit there. And there are also concerts on the street every year. And supermarket isn't that far away, like a 15-minute walk. And there's also a pizzeria and hamburger kebab place or something. So yeah, and mostly I ate in the camping. We cooked together with my friends, and we ate together. We ate breakfast together. We made dinner, ate together. It's such an important part. It's not just the music, it's the friends and community and coming together and having good time. And yeah, the music, of course, there is the music, which is it's why people go there. And there are incredible musicians all over the world gather there, jam together. There are like top level professionals and also beginners, and people jam together, and it's so cool. You play together and you learn from each other. You can also ask people for lessons. Last year I started to take lessons from Yayo Reinhardt. He's such an incredible rhythm player. Last year I took 1 lesson, and this year I took like 5 lessons. Learned so much from him. Those were really special lessons, since I don't speak French and he doesn't speak English, but we share the language of music. So it was really intensive. For 1 hour we just sit there, and he shows me the chord shapes, and usually I got to pick a Django tune for like I Can't Give You Anything But Love, and then we compete together, and he shows me every little chord and movement and intros, outros. It was such a great experience. You don't really need language to learn if you just play together with intention. He also told me that he is looking for students, and I should tell people that he is giving lessons. So if you meet him, you can ask him for lessons. Really nice guy. Okay, about the guitars. This year I traveled with my Eastman guitar, and I promised me that this year I'm not going to buy a new guitar, because last year I bought this Samoreau special chorus, and I really thought that I couldn't afford a new guitar this year. But the guy I bought this from, his name is Macho Winterstein. As soon as I arrived to camp, I met Macho, and last year we became like friends. So he wanted to show me guitars he brought this year. Every year he brings some nice vintage guitars and he sells them there. And I went to his camp and tried out Favino, Di Mauro, Louis Patenot, and this happened. I couldn't resist. This. And look at this. Such a beautiful guitar. It's a luthier guitar made in France by Louis Patenot. Louis Patenot died in 2066, so this has to be from the 60s or 50s, and it's in great condition. It's an old guitar made new by Macho Winterstein. Macho removed the finishing and he oiled this with linseed oil and some other stuff, and everything is like finished and set up. And there are new tuners which are really great, and the sound I really like. Yeah, it's a old guitar sound. The thing is, you can't get old guitar sound without having old guitar. And yeah, it's different from Selmer, it's different from Di Mauro. It's a Patenot sound. You see this bean-shaped hole and a beautiful rosette with flowers. There are some bindings missing. Maybe I'll have them fixed. Yeah, this is my new baby, and you will be seeing a lot of this guitar once I start making more videos again. I will actually make a full video about this guitar later. I'm not gonna talk too much about it now, but yeah, I love it. Thank you Macho for this. I traded my Eastman guitar and still had to pay some money for this, but it was worth it. Also, Macho said that he can give me some lessons, so every morning I went to his camp and we played some, and I learned so much from him. He's an incredible player. If you don't know Macho Winterstein, he's a legend. He has played with basically every great player, and I think he is truly one of the great players out there. I also bought a violin from Macho. I didn't plan to buy a violin, but it was a great violin and not too expensive. It's a student violin made in France by Jérôme Thibouville-Lamy. Sorry for butchering the name. Also sorry for butchering the French. I'm trying to learn, but it's hard language for me. I think if I keep going back to festival every year, in 10 years, I'll be much better than I'm now. So bear with me, and sorry for butchering your beautiful language. But however, this violin, it's a student violin, like 100 years old, and it has a beautiful sound, at least when compared to my old violin that I got from a Finnish flea market. And let's see what we can do here. Okay, here's the Finnish polka. But yeah, I'll be taking this violin to Finnish folk music festival tomorrow actually. So the week in the Samoreau, I had so much fun with my friends, my new instruments, just chilling, relaxing, jamming, having good time. Man, it was perfect. Also, I just walked there around. There were many luthiers presenting their guitars at the camping, so you can just go there and play different guitars and have a feeling of what kind of guitars they have. Of course, they are trying to sell those, and maybe one year I buy a new guitar from there, not old one. But yeah, I played some really nice guitars and met some nice luthiers, and we also talked about some cooperation with my YouTube and their guitars. So maybe there will be like more guitar reviews in the future in this channel. Who knows what will happen. Okay, more things that happened to me. On Tuesday we participated free walking tour. It was hosted by Dutch Hot Club de France Association. It was a really nice tour. It started from the statue of Django Reinhardt, and there we walked to the island where the festival was before 2016. It was I was surprised how small island it was, and there were like thousands of people back in the day. And man, I wish I had seen it, but it was too late for me. I have only seen the festival in Fontainebleau, which is also nice, but I think the island, it must have been more intimate and different, more community maybe, since it was closer to camping. There were actually more camping sites back then, I think so. But yeah, the walking tour, it continued. We went to Django's house. It was cool to see it, and it was actually on sale. I don't have money for it, but what a cool thing it would be to have a place where Django lived his last years. Yeah, and there we walked to cafeteria, a restaurant where Django often went to play billiard and play music, and it was the place where he had the stroke back in 1953, which killed him. So it was also a meaningful place. From there, people went to Django's grave, but I didn't go there this year with this group because I already been there. I've already been there at least 2 times or 3 times, and I want to go there alone, not with a group. So, and it was also really hot, almost 40 degrees, and walking was pretty demanding. So we just stayed at the restaurant and had a few cold drinks and head back to camping. But what a lovely idea to make a walking tour, and if they make it next year, maybe I'll go again, because it was so nice. And I almost forget to tell you about my new guitar pick. I bought this from the camping. I think it's an old pick. I don't know what is it made from. Is it a tortoise shell or something? Hopefully not tortoise shell, since it's illegal. But it's some kind of a nice strong material, and you can have a good grip from it. It's really thick, and you can really get a big sound with this pick. And also you can play it really softly. I like it. It has a huge dynamic range. It's the most expensive pick I had. It was 50 euros. So I try to not lose it, since I only have one. And I think this goes very well with my new guitar. So there are also people selling guitar picks. I also bought a new bridge for my Samoreau and moustache for this. I didn't have time to install the moustache yet, but we'll do it. I will be also making a video about guitar picks. I have such many picks and my story about which picks I have used and which I wanna try in future. It will be a nice video, so stay tuned for it. But now I have to talk to you about the festival, the actual festival, not the camping. This year my plan was that I'm not going to go there. I've already been there 4 times, and yeah, there were nice artists there, but it's always a thing that you have to leave the campsite, and once you get to the festival you start thinking, oh, I want to go back, I want to go jamming, I want to go be with my friends. Of course you can go to festival with your friends, and there are also lots of people from the camping, so you will have friends there. But yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna go. But then my friends went there and they had really good time, and they were like, yeah, you should go, it's nice. And so on Sunday I decided, yeah, Stohelo and Moses are playing the Charlie Chaplin concert. I'll go check that out. I wanna see my heroes play. And so I went there. I went there with a couple of my friends, and there was Peter Bernstein playing at the moment. I'm glad that I had a chance to hear him play. Such an incredible musician. And after that, Stohelo and Moses played the Chaplin concert. And what can I say? It was perfect. Songs I didn't really know. They didn't play Smile, the only song I really knew from Chaplin. But no, they had some other nice songs, and also they played their own original songs. There was this one really catchy song from Moses, which was called Flaming Toast, and I think I'm gonna learn it. I actually recorded the concert just for myself, so I can learn from there. And I think I'll be learning the Flaming Toast. It's like a bebop, gypsy bebop tune with like lots of cool licks built in the theme. So I think I will benefit a lot from learning it. Also, I got a picture with Moses and Stohelo, my heroes, and I'm so happy. Also, I talked with Moses and asked him if he gives lessons, and he actually does. So I haven't write him an email yet, but I try to make a trip to Netherlands to have lessons with Moses. It would be incredible, and I think I'd learn so much from that experience. Also, I have many friends in Netherlands, so I could go and visit them as well. But the thing is, I'm lacking the money. This trip, like, I spent almost every euro, every cent I had. So now I have to work hard to earn some money for upcoming trips. If you want to support me, you can head to my Buy Me a Coffee page and maybe donate something. If you want, that's just one way of supporting channel and my journey, my musical journey. Well, let's move on. On the festival, I also saw a concert of Bako Jovanovic. He plays this like a smaller special guitar. He played with Sebastian Gineo. He's one of my favorite players. It was so nice to see and hear him playing. Although it was a different style, it was more like a Balkan style. Also I saw a little bit of a band called Deluxe and Chucho Valdez Royal Quartet, which were also nice, but I really didn't sit there and listen. I just took a peek and walked around and did some other things in the festival. There's this street of luthiers, like many luthiers having little small tents with guitars on, and I just walked and tried different guitars and bought some souvenirs. One of the best things that I bought was this. This was one of the best things that I bought. The genius of the Django. It's a tiny Selmer. It's an USB stick, and in this you have 21 Django albums from different sessions, from 1928 to 1953, the year that he died, and hundreds of songs, and they are all remastered and like fine-tuned for like modern sound. It's all sound, but it's so pristine and you can hear everything. It's so clear, it's all cleared out, and I put this to my phone, and now I'm just walking around and listening to Django, and it's like hearing the song for the first time. It's so clear and so good quality. The only negative side is that this doesn't have the full discography. It would be nice to have like every single song that Django recorded remastered like this, and then organized year from the first recording to his last, with all the dates and everything organized. So that's my wish. Please someone make that happen some year. But still, this is a great thing, and now I have so many Django songs and files, and it helps me with my YouTube. I can use those really small clips from these when I teach. So thank you, the guy who recommended me to buy this. He was Tommy from djangoguitars.com, I think. Thank you. Also in the festival there's this really nice hippie instrument shop which still sells all kind of instruments for like bracelets and bells and stuff like that. And this year I bought this. Yeah, spoons. I actually sometimes in Finland I play spoons, like just like a regular spoons. They are used in Finnish folk music sometimes, but these are like special spoons put together. Really easy to play, nice sound. And it was funny when I went to the shop. There were 3 spoons on the row, and I started trying them. Oh, this is pretty good. This also. Oh, this is the best, this I like. And then I started playing something, and the shopkeeper, he saw me and was like, huh? And he took his own spoons behind the desk, and we started a little jam with him. And he showed me some things you could do with spoons. And we had a little jam, and he was like, great musician, you're a great musician, try this. And he gave me these. And wow, these that he was playing before were the best of all that I tried. And they were also on sale and the same price. So I was like, okay, these are the best, I'll take these. And he was like, yeah, it's a great instrument. And well, that's how I got these. And now, as I told you before, I'm heading to Finnish folk music festival, Kaustinen, and I'm gonna take these with me and make some spooning. Oh yeah. So that was the festival at Fontainebleau, and from there I went back to Samoreau and had some really nice late night jams. I think this was the best night for jams for me. Maybe, I don't know, every night was great. But it's one of the best jams I had so far. I have to tell you that Samoreau is also pretty heavy experience for me. No sleep, no healthy routines, too many people, etc, etc. And my personality, I'm introverted. I'm really shy about talking with new people, shy with my playing, and it's difficult for me to be there, meet all the people. Also, it's something I want to work on, and I enjoy trying to improve on this, but it's also really hard, and I got some anxiousness in me during these trips, and well, during everyday life, but there especially I see people just going with the flow, and I try to do it, but there are things in my head that stop me and just keep telling me that you suck, you shouldn't be here, you should just go home, and you shouldn't even play guitar, and stuff like that. But I keep working, I keep doing my meditations, and I've improved. This year was much better for me than the last year. This year I was more the people this year I was more person I wanna be, and I hope that I can keep working with my personality. And sorry for everyone for if I acted a little bit weird. That's because I am weird. I'm trying to make things easier. I'm trying to learn French. I'm trying to learn to speak French, so it will lower the language barrier, but it's also hard, but I'll work on it. And also gonna practice a lot, so the jams will be more fun for everyone. This year I made so many mistakes, forgot the chords, and screwed up some songs. Sorry about that, but still I think I had a good time and good jams, and even managed to play some pretty good music every now and then. Okay, back to the story. I stayed at the camp till Tuesday morning, and it had become a much more relaxed and chill place since most of the people have left. Only like some leftover jams with a bunch of people. Again, I met some new people, some amazing musicians, and I really like it before and after the festival. Well, it's nice during the festival as well, but I like the come up and come down more than the peak, perhaps. I don't know. You should experience it all, I think. But yeah, I think that's about Samoreau. After that, on Tuesday, I took a train to Paris and from there to Nancy to meet Macho Winterstein, the guy who I bought the guitars from, the violin. He went there a few days earlier and he sent me a message and invited me to his home to play with him, get some lessons, to meet his family, see his other guitars. So I went there, spent time with him. We talked a lot about life, music. We ate good food, and he showed me some things on guitar and showed his home, a little bit of his city. Unfortunately, my time ran out since the flights were like totally booked and overpriced, and I managed to find only one cheap flight, and it was on Thursday morning. So I had to leave Nancy a bit earlier than I would have wanted, but I'll go back there as well. So from Nancy I went to Paris and took a flight back to Finland. In Finland I stayed in Helsinki with my brother for one more night. Wanted to chill a bit there before heading back to Middle Finland. And then on Friday I took a train, and Friday night I arrived back here and just been chilling, and now making this video. Tomorrow going to the folk music festival. Now here I'm feeling the emptiness, a bit of loneliness after such an intensive trip. I did so much during this 2.5 weeks, and man, I need time to process all this. And I miss my friends. I feel really grateful for this experience. I would like to thank all my friends and all the people I met, and next year I will definitely go again. Now it's time to practice the language, practice the guitar, practice violin. Next year I will be jamming even more and try to be less shy and more open to go for jams. Also, it was really nice to meet people who recognized me from my YouTube videos. Thank you for talking to me and jamming with me. And if you see me somewhere, you are always welcome to talk to me, and if we have time, maybe play a little. It's always nice. So here I have the trip report. Not too organized. I just wanted to do this also for myself. It's nice to have things somewhere so I can recall memories more easily. And take care, happy practicing, see you around. Bye.